All right, good afternoon. Welcome into another edition of Catching Up with Tommy Mac here on 1010XL's podcast platform, 1010XL.com, the 1010XL app, of course. We are live on Facebook. We will share it all over social media, including on YouTube, 1010XL's YouTube, and also the 1010XL Jaguar YouTube. And you can also see it all at TommyMac.net. I got my family tradition specialty foods shirt on, new swag, home of Coconut Joe's hot sauces, baby. That's what's on our table. They should be on yours as well. Make sure you check out that QR code, man, that I have on posted on social media. Take you right in. You can even sign up for a chance to win a 4-pack. Once a month, we'll be giving away a 4-pack. But great to have them on board. We actually had them on the horse's mouth last night. We're filming every Thursday, 5 to 7, Lynch's and Jack's Beach, and everybody's welcome. We've had some incredible guests on. Scott Cupicchiotti, the owner of Coconut Joe's and Family Tradition Specialty Foods. He came out. We did a taste test with wings. It's absolutely phenomenal. My boy Laser from Dodgeball was there. Kevin Porter, going to go see his place, Hollywood Subs, after this. And before I take on the helmets and heels, the girls, man, looking forward to that show each and every day. You can check out Team Tommy Mac at TommyMac.net. We'll go through it. All right, before I get into anything, I'm not going to spend much time on it. But, listen, it seems like it's the younger generation. If you're going to bitch and moan, just go do it to your mom or your girl or whoever. I don't really give two shits what you got to say. That doesn't mean I wish any ill will or anything. I don't, but I really don't care. You don't like it? I don't care. Tell the kid to make the tackle next time, okay? And not get his head bounced off the turf. All right, if that bothers you, well, then maybe you need to toughen up a little bit. You're a bunch of babies. Jeez, for crying out loud, it's football. Make the play. Defensive Rookie of the Year. Make the play. It's his first tackle. You're such babies. You guys are, man. You're soft. You're such soft little wimps. It's so funny. My girls aren't that way. They're not that way at all. But, man, I don't know. Maybe your parents failed you somewhere along the way. Somebody did to make you act the way that you act. You got no couth. You got no manners, and whatever. But we'll move on. I just mute your ass anyway, and it's like a what do you call it? A tree falling in the forest and nobody can hear it. All right, let's get into our Jaguars. We'll talk a little NFL news and notes as well. Jags scrimmage yesterday, like I said on my training camp report, very sloppy. Too many drops, too many penalties, sacks, bad throws. All of them did it. It just was not, I don't even think it was a scrimmage. I swear, I think it was more of a faster paced, let us make sure we know what we're doing, and alignments, assignments type thing. I think that's what they went to yesterday. It was a long day. I mean, listen, Liam kept calling the number ones out. He did. I mean, and you could tell as they were coming out, they're like, oh my gosh, another one. It was like 7 series probably that they had to go. Now, they didn't all last long, but long enough. And he kept calling them back out, and then he had to interchange the O-line all the time. So the O-line got a lot of work, but not a real physical day. There was no thumping. I think the biggest hit, Daniel Thomas came up on a pass breakup, and who did he hit? Cephas. That was a good little shot. Other than that, not too much. They got chippy at the end. They did. Tootin and Jarian got it. It's funny. So Tootin gets a carry. Who took him to the ground? Somebody took him to the ground. So then he gets the next play. He gets the carry. Now he's like coming up, and Jarian didn't appreciate that. Gave him a little knock. They almost went at it. Walker Little came in and kind of just made sure nobody did anything bad. Nobody got hurt. But nonetheless, just not a whole lot of... I think it was more of a mental, but a fast-paced mental, not a walkthrough, of course. They were going about 80%, I thought. Some guys harder than others, look, I think there are certain guys that stood out. Not many, just because it was that kind of a day. 95, I like that kid. He's from Colorado. I had him in my notes, damn it. I forgot to write his name down. But he is a rookie out of Colorado. He was in the backfield, beating our tackles. That's another thing. We'll get into that. I like Quentin Morris, number 45. I think he'll make the team. He's a tight end. He's very athletic. You see him in open space. He can move. He can shake. He can do it all in that regard. So I'm looking forward to seeing how he can finish. Mason Smith is off the PUP list. That's a good thing. Now we need Eric Armstead to join him and really solidify that defensive line. Our offensive line is just like musical chairs, and I know what they're saying, and I don't know what they're supposed to say. I don't want to beat up the coaches too much for trying to figure out what to say, but this whole, hey, you get hurt during the year, we got to try all positions, blah, blah, blah. Everyone's got to try this, try that. Well, guess what? Nobody's trying Ezra's position other than Ezra with the first team. Nobody's trying the center position with the first team other than Hainsey. So those guys are locked. So you're not worried what they could get hurt. Why don't you do something there? Like, let's see another left guard in there. No, because Ezra solidified the position. So a little of that coach speak, I don't like it, whatever. They got to do what they got to do. At the end of the day, put the best 5 out there. And I think the best 5 right now, at least from what I'm seeing out there, in my opinion, let's see, we'll go Ezra. He's been the best. Hainsey only because he's going to be the center. Nobody's taking his spot right now. I worry about him on the bull rush. He's gotten bull rushed a lot. Maybe not a lot, but too much for my liking. So we'll see about that. So you got Ezra and Hainsey. That's 2. Edoga's earned it. He's one of the top 5. Anton Walker. I don't think Anton's been that much better than Walker. I think they both had their struggles. But I guess you put Anton ahead of Walker in that regard. And then, McCary. McCary, we'll see if, Macari, I keep pronouncing his name wrong. I think it's Macari. Sorry, Patrick. Maybe he's our 5th, You got to figure it out sooner or later. I don't care if you figure it out this week, but I want to see our offensive line. Here's my starters. Here we're going. Yeah, guys do get hurt, but you don't go into the year thinking that, like, oh, I got to try all these positions. No, here's the deal. Walker Little hasn't solidified the left tackle. 3 weeks in, you're still questioning whether he can be the left tackle. And rightfully so. I mean, he's had a tough time blocking Trayvon Walker. He's had a tough time blocking Josh Hines-Allen. So he hasn't solidified it. Anton hasn't solidified right tackle yet. I mean, yesterday, it's on my phone, my notes, but they had, let's see, at right tackle, they had Anton, they had Fred Johnson. They even had Walker Little over there for a series, or a few plays at least. Fred Johnson. I didn't see a Dog over there. Macari was there, so Macari played a little right tackle. Left tackle, you saw Fred. You saw Walker. You saw Fred. No Anton. And that's where, a lot of people are thinking Anton's going to be the left, but Anton really hasn't gotten much action at left tackle, other than the scrimmage a couple weeks ago, 2 weeks from tonight. So I don't know. If you're going to make him your left tackle, you'd put him over there. They switched up right guard at Doga, Macari, Wyatt. Oh, Wyatt. Milam was out there at right tackle and left tackle. I'd like to see. I'll tell you what. Cole Van Lanen, I think, would give Walker a little run for his money, but he's hurt, and who knows when he comes back. That shoulder, whatever shoulder it is, those guys got to have healthy shoulders if they're going to punch, no doubt about it. But I want to see a Doga at left tackle, and I want to see Wyatt Milam with the ones, like getting some run with the ones. Now, New Orleans is not going to be that great of a test, but whatever. Whoever they put out there, let's just make sure that we get the job done. All right? The old line's got to be better. Let's see a running game. You guys been preaching a running game. You didn't have many runs all throughout the game last week, and you sure didn't with the first team. You had like 2. And Travis Etienne missed the cutback on one. You did a jet sweep on another. But other than that, you threw it 9 times. I didn't think that was the game plan. I hope it's not. Unless it works, then it's fine. But I think we need a running game to get that going. But the O-line, look, when do you call it? When do you call it? You got to eventually say, this is my offensive line. So you heard it on 1010. I heard Grant Udinski talking about it. I heard Trevor. Well, you never know who's going to get hurt. That's a bunch of crap. I mean, it is, because you'd go out there with the first team or you'd go out with your first team with someone else at left guard than Ezra Cleveland all camp long. You haven't. He's been your left guard. Starting left guard. Hainsey starting center. You're not trying anything different. Let's go see Macari at center then. Hainsey could get hurt. Macari, center. Let's go. I don't know. Edoga, center. Who else can play center other than Fortner and then the young kid Monheim, who I liked. Yeah, I think he showed some grit in the last game against the Steelers. But you got to figure this out. It was musical chairs yesterday. And look, I'm not in this, I hear this panic. There's no need to panic, okay, for sure. What they've had to do this week is definitely take a step back. The only reason they did the 40-play alignments and assignments is because the players messed up too much against the Steelers. And it was kind of a punishment in my book. It was kind of you know what, you guys didn't do it right. You didn't line up right well enough. You didn't play well enough. You didn't do the assignments. So let's go over our 40 big plays, offense, defense, and make sure we know what the hell we're doing. Don't care how long it takes. Don't care that it's hot. Don't care that it's boring. But we got to make sure we know what we're doing. And he even Liam called it Pop Warner stuff, which isn't good. Like, come on, leaders of that team, step the bump up. For crying out loud, and make sure everybody knows what they're doing. That's what killed you last year. And not doing your assignments consistently. So we got to make sure that happens. And I liked what Coach Cohen did. I liked that he brought him back to reality and said, hey, man, let's go. Like, let's get the basics down, and then we can grow. And then maybe we can figure out our O-line. I like that Mason Smith's back. I want to see Eric Armstead back. Other than that, I don't know. I like the way Jordan Jefferson comes off the ball. I do. Other than that, though, I don't think our interior is a very good one. Too many penalties yesterday. You'd have a great throw by Trevor to Parker Washington, called back by penalty. You'd have a bad throw by Trevor where Wingard intercepted it. Doesn't count because of a penalty. It still counts, but it's a penalty. Way too many penalties yesterday. And it was so aggravating. To be quite honest with you, a lot of the guys and gals went up into the stands. I still just stood on the sideline. It was pretty boring. For a scrimmage, it was pretty boring. There were some things that were good. Here's the problem, too. Like, there'd be a good play, but it could have been a sack. You just don't know. Like, it's so close. They're not going to hit the QB. Did you see where Shamar Stewart hit Joe Burrow? Bumped him, whatnot? Yeah, that didn't go over well and shouldn't. You can't touch the quarterback. Especially Joe Burrow, especially Trev. You can't touch Trev. He's like, you don't touch him at all. And they haven't. But I did see 16 a couple times. He throws that left foot open and throws kind of side. He wasn't stepping through. He's been fine. Don't get your panties in a wad like you young people do. Oh, how dare you say that? Nonetheless, he did throw a great pass to Diami for a touchdown in the red zone yesterday. It was across his body. Trayvon Walker in pursuit. He ran to his right and whipped it across his body and for a score. And that was a great throw. He's made some really great plays. He has. He missed a few yesterday too, which isn't good. But we'll hopefully continue to get consistent, continue to get comfortable, and we just got to make sure that O-line is good. Here's something I thought. Strange is a beast. I love Brenton Strange. He is an absolute animal, blocking, catching, running. I like him a lot. I want to see more and more of him. Here's something for you. Okay, so we got all these running backs, right? We got some young guys, got some older, got mid-range. And Travis Etienne's not old, but he's the oldest of the group for the most part. What if Baishul Tootin can do collectively what Etienne can do and Bigsby can do? Okay, just what if? And we're going to find out. They're going to find out. The only concern with Tootin is, can he hold on to the ball? 9 fumbles in college. I didn't watch them all. I don't know how they all came out, but he's got a reputation for putting the ball on the ground. Other than the one time where the coach called him out on it, he's been pretty good with ball security, so I'm not worried about that just yet. But what if he can do everything? You know? And what if LaQuinn Allen can be my third down back and be that, can pick up the blitz, can go out for passes, can catch the rock? You know? Do you need ETN? Do you need Bigsby? You keep one of them for insurance. But what if the kid can catch the rock? Like, nobody, by the way, Travis has the best hands out of all. Travis Etienne. He's got the best hands out of all. And he's really good in space. The running back screen is going to be fun to watch this year because he's really good in space. And I want to see more of that for sure. But that's going to be interesting. If Tootin can show that he can carry the load and be that every down back, and then you have LaQuint Allen Jr., and maybe you keep Jackson as your bull of ram, short yardage goal line guy, I could see that maybe happening. I think right now, Bigsby and Etienne give you some insurance policy, but you may not need the insurance after you see a little bit more out of Tootin, Allen Jr., and Jackson. All right, how about I saw a thing online today, trade candidates for our Jaguars. Fortner, Muma, Savage, Tank Bigsby. Well, again, I can see Tank being, I think, well, no, not in this offense. You got to catch the ball. And Tank's not great. He's not bad, but he's got to catch the rock. He missed that catch. I know he had to turn his body. I don't know. I think it was the only place the quarterback could put it. But you got to catch the rock. So if I have to choose in this offense, Tank or ETN, I got to choose the guy that's better in the pass game. I have to. He's got to block and he's got to be able to go out for passes. And I don't just mean dump-offs or just screens. I mean getting up and doing an option route like I've talked about before. Muma I can see. I think Gardeck and Yasir Abdullah are battling out for Sam. I know they like Gardeck a lot. They think he can rush. I think Abdullah's had a pretty good camp, but considering. Ventrell Miller hasn't been with the starting unit at all this camp. It's been Lloyd. It's been Foye, of course. And it's been either Abdullah or Gardeck in base. So interesting there. I think Ventrell will be great special teams there when you need them. But right now they've got those three guys with Abdullah being 4 in the mix. So where does that leave Chad Muma? Look, I like Chad. I think he's a good player. He'll get picked up. His career will go on I don't know if you're going to trade for. I mean, why would you trade for any of these guys if you're going to cut them? Tank maybe because you may not cut him. But I mean, are you keeping Savage around if he's not your starter? Granted, he can play nickel. He can play safety. The more you can do, right? I just don't know if anybody would trade for any of those. They're not going to trade for Fortner, would they? I think he'd let him get cut and then see if they get picked up on waivers. Look, I wish all of them well. I do. They may not be a fit for here, but hopefully they continue their career, which brings me to a look around the NFL because Brandon Sheriff is in the news. Brought to you by my good friends at Team Tommy Mac. Check them out at TommyMac.net. They are always there for you. They are great businesses, and I love endorsing them. And they trust me endorsing them, and I trust them because if we didn't have it, we wouldn't be together. But they're always there. They always deliver. Check them out at TommyMac.net. Check them out on my Facebook page. You'll see my flyer, Team Tommy Mac. You see it on this show. You'll also see it online. You can go to Team Tommy Mac, click on their logos, take you right to their websites. They're absolutely fantastic. I'll just read them real quick. Carbon Man Flooring, Chris Lucero with Bail Bonds, Morgan & Morgan, J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling, Azar Sausage, Breezy Roofing, Newmark Phoenix Realty Group, Salt Air Inn and Suites, Code Ninjas, Family Tradition Specialty Foods, Homo CJ's, Coconut Joe's Hot Sauces. Last but certainly not least, my man Courtney Myers at Freedom Finance. Check them out, freedomfinance.llc. They're all great. I truly appreciate it. So Brandon Sheriff retires. And look, I know the last 2 years weren't that great. But we're going to find out if they've replaced him, okay? He's had injury the past year, especially, a couple years probably. All I'll say is this. When you look back at Brandon Sheriff's career, you're going to go 10 years, 5th overall pick, 5 Pro Bowls, 1 All-Pro. That means he was the best at guard in that year. That was 2020, by the way, not too long ago. Well, 5 years ago, but not, before he got here. and that's why we signed him. Didn't work out as great as a team. First year did. He's always a tough guy, always played through pain and injury. We'll see if they upgrade him. I don't know if they upgraded Mitch Morse. You don't know that. Nobody does. You just don't know that. And Mitch was fine. Mitch wasn't like dominating, but he was fine. He didn't make mistakes. He knew that, calls, did it all. Tough enough, physical enough. You don't know if they've upgraded those two guys. I know all oh, yes, they did. The crybabies out there will be like, of course, everyone's upgraded. It's not true. We don't know that yet. And, listen, Brandon Scherf appeared in 144 games, started every game, including playoffs. Way to go, Brandon. You're going to, listen, you've made a lot of money. Hopefully your body's fine, and you get to do whatever you want for the rest of your life because you've earned it. No question about it. Jordan Love will have surgery on his non-throwing hand, a ligament in his thumb, it looks like. Happened versus the Jets. He's doing it now, so he'll be ready week 1. Non-throwing, do you even need this hand? Well, I guess you do for, handoffs and stuff, but whatever. He'll be back. And Matthew Stafford will work out tomorrow for the first time for the Rams. First time in training camp because he's had that herniated disc problem. Matthew Stafford, I love that kid. I think he's the kid, young man. He's a man. He's not that much younger than me, I guess, but maybe 15 years. But I've always liked him. I've always liked the way he played. I've always liked how tough he was. Stand there and pocket. He'd get the shit kicked out of him in Detroit, but still make the throws, still get it done. I think he's one of the better quarterbacks in the modern day, at least in my opinion. And we'll see if he can get back, to where he was at as one of the top QBs in the game. You heard all the rankings today. There's all look. I posted earlier. I don't care about the ranking. I don't care. Like they rank our coaching staff. Like they even know. Who knows? I don't know. I like it, but they got to win, And look, here's something to think about because I thought about this earlier, right? So I see last Saturday against the Steelers. Offense was fine. I would have liked more fireworks, but it was fine. It was efficient. You got 3. Obviously, the 70-yarder was great. But defensively, you looked the same. You looked the absolute same as you did a year ago. You did fine against the run, although they didn't commit to it like we didn't. They didn't. They had one run where Travis misses the tackle and everybody loses their mind because I bring it up when his face bounces off the turf. Ding. No problem. It happens. Me and Dempsey were having a debate about, well, maybe his face just hurt by tackling. Your face normally doesn't bounce off the turf unless someone puts it there, but whatever. I don't really give a shit. He's got to make the tackle. You saw his grades nationally. They giving him a B- because why? Because he missed the tackle. Just make the tackle, and everybody will be happy again, and you'll quit being such babies. But I was thinking about this, our defense especially. So I'm not giving the benefit of the doubt because I saw it the same that I saw last year. But the question is, should I? Does Liam Cohen, James Gladstone, Tony Baselli, do they deserve benefit of the doubt for this football team? What do you think, right? Now, look, you can't look at the Pittsburgh game and really quantify anything. Like, it doesn't... the defense, yeah, they look terrible, but so it was just one game. Let's see what they do against the Saints. Look, we get Mason Smith back, get him in shape, hopefully get Eric back. So I'm not sitting here saying, this is going to be the rest of the year. But I am going to sit there and go, like, what the hell? Like, how did Tyson Campbell have such a poor outing? How did I know why, like, our interior did nothing. Did fine against the run. They only held them to 2. They didn't run it very much, like maybe 4 times. 2.5 yards of carry, great. But there was no interior push from our D-line at all. Same as last year. So it looked the same. Tyson Campbell can't, he's getting beat in coverage, missing a wide open, excuse me, a wide open. He's a free hitter, wide open to the back. Should have nailed him for a loss and get off the field, but didn't. He totally whiffed. Maybe he closed his eyes. Maybe Travis Hunter closed his eyes on that one. I didn't think of that. Maybe he went in like that, and that's why he hit his head. I don't know. Something happened there. But nonetheless, you see that. So do they get the benefit of the doubt? I'm not giving them the benefit of the doubt because we're all grown men. They've been in the league. I don't care if they're first timers. I don't care. You got to win. You got to win. And my one-loss record prediction's all over the place now. I think it's going to be better than last year. It's got to be. We were terrible last year, but how much better is a question. But no reason to, freak out or panic over what's going on at all. I've been to most practices. Couldn't go today because they're going right now. Probably finishing up right now. But I think I missed 3, and none of them were that meaningful. Not pads or full speed or anything like that. I don't know. I look at this team, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what to expect. I really don't. We don't know who the O-line is, so that's one. I don't know if Eric Armstead is going to play like the Eric Armstead of old for the 49ers. That's 2. And then, how are we going to perform? Again, 3 weeks in, we had to go back to basics. Bad. Not the end of the world bad, but not good either. So where are they at? We're going to find out Sunday. I hope personally the starters play a half. I do. And maybe even past halftime. Let them go into halftime and come back out and then play maybe a series or something like that just to get used to that. You got to get used to that too. So I don't know. That's what I would do. I would make sure they they play quite a bit because they need the work, quarterback included, receivers. And let's go for let's get a running game going, and let's take a couple shots, man. Let's show our fan base what we have in Travis Hunter. The kid's got tremendous speed. There's no doubt about that. He's great in the open field. Get him the ball more. Get Brian Thomas involved more. I know him and Trevor have had some issues connecting, but that'll get better. Keep sending them up like they said to Maverick in Top Gun. Keep going up there. Keep throwing it to him. And he'll come down with it. He's going to be fantastic this year, no question about it. All right, that's going to do it for me. I'm going to go see my boy Kevin Porter at Hollywood Subs and get a sub. And then I'm going to come back here for Helmets and Heels from 2 to 4 p.m. on 1010XL and 92.5 FM. Y'all have a great day out there, a great weekend. Go Jags. Stay safe. Be cool. Stay safe. Get the panties out of the wad. Come on. It's not a big deal. It's only football. And dry those tears too, man, because it's all going to be okay. Y'all have a great day, man. I'll see you next time. I'm catching up with Tommy Mac. Peace and love. Hey, Tom McManus here with the Catching Up with Tommy Mac podcast on the 1010XL podcast platform. Catch it on the 1010XL app. Catch it on 1010XL.com. You can also catch it on the 1010XL Jaguars channel on YouTube. Hey, man, it's always straight from the heart, straight from the gut, all ball, all Jags, all NFL coming your way each and every week, twice a week on Catching Up with Tommy Mac. We'll see you there.